I'm Steve from This Week with Cars, and this is barn Sprite number 2. If you haven't been watching my previous videos, I pulled 6 almost identical bug eyes out of a barn where they have been sitting for, who knows, 30, 40 years. Barn Sprite number 1 is already back and running, it's cleaned up. Barn Sprite number 6 has been painted pink, and right now I'm concentrating on Barn Sprite number 2 and trying to get it running. Today I don't want to quit until I actually get Barn Sprite 2 running. So let's get at it. Underneath the bonnet, you can see down there I have the restored starter installed. Last time I was having issues with that starter. The car actually didn't come with a starter, and I found that one in a box. Obviously it was bad, so that's been rebuilt. I got that in. I do have a lead hooked up to the battery so that we can test and see if we have spark. And this cable right here activates the starter. So first thing we need to do if we want to start the engine, see if we have spark. So I'll turn the light off. We'll look down here so we can see the points. Turn the engine over. And you could not see any sparks down there at the distributor. So that means I need to clean the points up, see if we can get a spark on this distributor. The points here cleaned with the file now. Turn the light off again. We'll try it again. So now that the points are working, I'll put the rotor and the distributor cap back on, and as long as the cap and the leads are good, put the spark plugs back in, and we'll try to fire it up. First I need the rotor. Right on the inside of the cap you can see that there is some corrosion on the side, so I'm going to take my Dremel real quick and clean that up. My Dremel has a little wire brush on it. Doesn't take much to get those cleaned up. And the coil is still the original screw-in type. Previously I had purchased new spark plugs. I think one of them was damaged. I'm going to fill up the carburetors again, just like last time. Drain the fuel out of this little jug here. I can hear them filling up right now. Okay, I'll shut it off. I have a wire run to the ignition from the battery. I'm going to hold the chokes up and let's give it a go. It's a good sign. Wants to go. I'm going to try to give it a little bit of throttle. Well, it runs. I'm not sure why it shut off. Oh, it shook my lead to the ignition off. That's why it shut down. Let's run it for a little bit longer. underneath the car now. You can see the exhaust manifold up there. So I need an exhaust that comes down. Going back behind the floor here. This is one of the original exhaust hangers. It's still in place. Someone must have been using this as an exhaust hanger. And back here, I don't know why the bumper mounts are look like that. Looks like they've been patched in. Not sure why, that's kind of strange. But there should be an exhaust mount back in this area as well. But for right now, we can use the wire that someone left here, as well as what's left of the original mount. Now I just need an exhaust system. The people of YouTube are always accusing me of lying, so I'll bring you along on my adventure this time. Here's an exhaust clamp, we'll need that. This is a pile of stuff that was in the car when I got it. So we'll need this. Set this up here for now. Now all we need is a full exhaust system. Here's my Land Cruiser that I decorated for Christmas. Has all the lights all over it.
Very nice.
I know I have a brand new exhaust back over there in the corner, but I have some used ones sitting over here. I think I have a couple in between the moke here. I was going to use maybe one of these to make an exhaust for the Morris Minor. Obviously I don't need two, I need one for this car, so I'll just grab one of these. Looks like I have a couple more clamps sitting here. So take one of these and we'll put it on our bug eye. Here's the exhaust that I chose. It did have a bracket in the front. This will bolt right up there on the transmission. Looks like I'll have to flatten it a little and get this weird cable off of there. In the back I have it slipped through here. Looks like a tab can be welded back on here. There's the original threaded bolt there that the original hanger held on. That's going to line up pretty nice. So get this mounted first, and then I can clamp the exhaust on to the exhaust manifold. Okay, we got the lower mount installed. Of course, the exhaust now has gotten on the wrong side of the steering column, so I'm going to have to loosen these back up, make sure that I hold it in the right position, then tighten them back up again. Now I can put the car back down, go up there, and put the exhaust clamp on. It's real hard to see in there, but you can see I have the clamp on the exhaust there. One thing that helped me out is I have the bottom of the exhaust being held up by a jack so it could push it up against the exhaust manifold until I got the clamp in place. The next big thing on the road to making this drivable is to have a working clutch. So let's take a look in the master cylinder here. It's pretty rusty in there. Looks like somehow, almost looks like there's mouse droppings in there. It's not even worth putting fluid in there, seeing if that one works. Even if it did work, I'd just end up putting dirt through the whole system, so I'm gonna have to pull that out and put a new master cylinder in. So to keep the engine running, I have verified that the fuel pump runs. This one does have a lever on the bottom. If I push down on the pump, you can hear it running. And I did put my finger over the pump and verify that it is making vacuum. So I'm pretty sure the pump is going to work. I'll also have to hook up some new fuel lines. And I will also have to replace all the hoses that go from the water pump to the radiator and to the heater core replace all those. Then I can put some coolant into the radiator. Actually, I'll have to see if the radiator is even any good or if that needs rebuilt. But we're getting really close on the engine. So next time, I'll pull out the master cylinder and we'll do all the hydraulics on this car. Well, it looks like that's as much time as I have for today. If you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button. YouTube gives creators tools based solely on the number of subscribers they have. If you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.